when I saw a movie, I think it was made in the 1980s, I saw it in the 1990s, called They Live. It was not just produced, I think he did everything. He wrote the music, every bloody thing. John Carpenter, who has worked with George Lucas on Star Wars, the special effects and stuff. When I first saw this movie, They Live, and by the way, if you go on YouTube and put They Live John Carpenter, and you can still see it in sections, I do recommend it. I could see at the time, Bill, that it very much was a statement about how I was understanding the world as the years passed. But my goodness me, from the perspective sitting here, it is absolutely spot on. If this guy will, of course, John Carpenter claimed that it's nothing like that. It was just a story. No, come on, John, please, 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 come on. Don't insult our intelligence. And for people who haven't come across it, this was it. Started off with a massive economic depression. In America, it was set. And it was in the future from the 1980s when it came out, but that future's about now. It was a major economic depression, and there were people living, in tent cities and corrugated iron groups of cobbled together places to sleep on wasteland, happening across America now. And the main character was coming through at the start of the movie, and he's looking for a job in the building industry, and there aren't any, but he manages to get one. At the end of the day, a big black guy says to him on the building site, "Do you ever want to stay?" He says, "No, I haven't." So they go back, long story short, to this makeshift village on a piece of wasteland, tents and corrugated iron kind of put together buildings, and they manage to somehow rig up a television set, not a very good one, in this little village. And they're watching it just after he arrives. And suddenly the program is broken up, and in kicks in this man just saying, "They're here." Words to this effect. I can't remember every word. "They're here. We don't realize they're here. They're here. They're here. They're controlling us. They're controlling us." Anyway, the guy, I'll call him the builder, the fellow arrived and was introduced to this village. He started to get very curious about a church across the road, because the activity. Some people from here were going in there, and it was strange. Anyway, he goes in and he has a look, and he realizes that the church music coming out during this church service, when he creeps around, is actually a bloody tape running, right? And it's an undercover operation by these people to resist the control system, because not only was there an economic depression, there was a police state. Hey, it's now. That's where it was located. So anyway, that night, there's a police state raid. There's helicopters, police, guns, and the bulldozers come in and they raise the village. Next day, some of them are arrested, he gets away. He comes back to the church next morning. And I think, as I remember, he'd noticed that there were some boxes, some cardboard boxes when he first went. And he went back and he got hold of one. And he ran out, there's no one there at the time, he ran out down into to this passageway between these big buildings, back passageway. And he opens the box. And there's just bloody sunglasses. And of course he's taken aback and disappointed that they're only sunglasses. So he gets one, puts them in his pocket, throws the box away, walks out. And he walks out into the main street and he puts the glasses on. Now the world's completely different. Now he's seeing not an advert for Coca-Cola, he's seeing "Stay Asleep" on that ad board. Not an advert for a holiday location, but "Don't question authority, obey." You can see them through the glasses. Then he goes to this newsstand and he's looking through these magazines like Newsweek, Time, that kind of thing, with his naked eyes, and there's text and there's pictures like they normally are. Puts the glasses on, all subliminal, "Stay asleep," "Obey authority," all this stuff. Then a guy comes to buy a paper and he looks at him, he looks human. Puts the glasses on, guy's not human anymore. So he starts going around and he starts to realize, not everyone and nothing like the majority, but a significant number of people, when he's got the glasses on, which are decoding reality in a different way, are actually not human. But through the naked eye, he keeps doing this, they're human. So he realizes what's going on. He looks at the television, the president's making a speech, he's not human. Members of the police force are not human. Goes into a bank, a number of them are not human, and so it goes on. Now, bringing that round to the conclusion, how the movie ends up is they realize that the reason the humanity cannot see what he can see with his glasses is because at the top of the television tower is a massive dish that's broadcasting a transmission, which is blocking, I would use the word firewalling off, just like the Chinese authorities firewall off the computer system and the internet access system in China, so that Chinese people can't access great chunks of the internet the rest of us can. That this signal from this dish at the top of this television tower was firewalling off the population's ability to see what he could see with his glasses.